I can calculate duration using analog and digital clocks. Hello again, Year 3. Welcome to Friday of week 4. This is the last day we're going to be talking and learning about time. If there are any aspects or anything about time you don't fully understand, we would encourage you to go back, have a look at the videos again, have another look at the worksheets, speak to your parents or anyone, do your own research on the internet, because it's a really important and vital life skill. Today's LO, we are talking about duration. Our LO is to calculate duration on both an analog and a digital clock. Duration is how long something takes or how long something lasts. For example, let's say you're going to get on a train at 2:30 and it'll get to your destination at 5 o'clock, and you want to figure out how long it takes to get there. Do you have enough time to watch a film on your phone or have a conversation on the telephone or something like that? Or maybe, as is quite often the case, you get the time given to you in the digital format. It says the train departs at 14:10 and gets to your destination at 15:40, and you have to figure out how long it will take to get there. That's the kind of thing we're looking at today. So if we were to look at these two clocks here, the clock on the left tells us what time something starts, and the clock on the right tells us what time something finishes. Let's suppose this is a TV show. Now hopefully we can see from the clock on the left, the big hand pointing at 12 and the little hand, the hour hand, pointing at 8, it's 8 o'clock. That's what time the TV show starts. The clock on the right, I hope we can see with the big hand, the minute hand, pointing at 12 and the hour hand pointing at 9, that's 9 o'clock. That's what time the TV show finishes. So from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is 1 hour. The duration of the TV show is 1 hour. Or you could say the duration of the TV show is 60 minutes. Here are two more clocks. The clock on the left is telling the same time as the one before, still 8 o'clock. That's what time something starts. Let's say this is a bus journey, and maybe that's what time the bus leaves. The clock on the right tells what time something finishes, or maybe what time the bus arrives. Now, we're going to have to spend a little bit of time using the skills that we learned earlier this week and last week to decipher what time it is. We're going to ignore this blue hand here, that's the second hand. We're looking at the green hand and the yellow hand, the minute hand and the hour hand. Now, if you remember earlier in the week, I suggested it's a good idea when we're talking about minutes to the hour, and remember anything this side of the clock is minutes to the next hour, to count backwards from 12 to the minute hand. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to the next hour, and the hour hand is going towards 9, that's the next hour it'll get to, so it's 25 minutes to 9. Now it might be easier to write both these times in the 24-hour clock to help us figure out the duration. So for 8 o'clock it will be 0800, and for 25 to 9 it will be 0835. Now if we look at these two times, 8 and 8, they're the same hour, it's just the minutes that have changed. So between 0 minutes and 35 minutes is 35 minutes. The duration of the bus journey is 35 minutes. What about if we had a look at 24-hour times? Here we have time something starts, 02:15, and here we have time it ends, 03:15. We can see that the minutes at the start and the end are the same, both 15. It's just the hours that have changed. And from 2 hours to 3 hours, that's just 1 hour. The duration of that is 1 hour. Or you could say 60 minutes. If we have a look at the second one, once again, the minutes haven't changed. They're both saying 30. Now hopefully, using the skills we learned in the past couple of days, you might remember that 1300 hours is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's 1:30 in the afternoon. But we don't necessarily have to convert it to understand how long something takes, the duration. We could just compare the hours here 13 to the hours here 15, and hopefully we can figure out between 13 and 15 are 2 hours. So the duration of this is 2 hours. If we look at the final one here, we can see that the hours at the start time is 12 and at the end time is also 12. The only thing that's changed this time is the minutes. Here there are no minutes, and here there are 15 minutes. Between 0 and 15 is 15 minutes, so the duration of this is 15 minutes. Let's have a little look at the worksheet for today. On the left hand side of the page, it's asking you to calculate the duration of something from a 24-hour clock, just like we did in the last example. On the right hand side of the page, it's asking you to look at some clocks, decipher the time and figure out the duration from the two clocks. If it helps you, you can write the time next to the clock in the 24-hour format, or you could just figure it out by looking at the hour hand and the minute hand. Take your time with these, and very good luck. Thank you for all your help in the past 2 weeks.